Hey everybody, this is Mark from Michigan, and finally going to do an overnighter, although it's in my backyard, but trying out this Polish poncho tent that I bought a couple years ago. Never really tried before. It took me a while to figure out how to set it up today in the snow. Finally got some snow in Michigan. It's been a rather disappointing last couple of years, but kind of see there from how I dug out this area how much snow we've gotten. It's actually about 12 inches on the ground. It's a big relief from what we've had lately, or the last several years. Anyways, I'm going to do an overnighter in the Polish poncho tent. It looked bigger when I was setting it up earlier. I already put my sleeping bag and pad in there. So let me get out of here. I'll get back inside and I'll fire the camera back up and we'll take a look around. Thanks. Well, welcome back. I finally made it inside the Polish Poncho Shelter, and it's quite cozy in here. That's definitely one problem of being 6'3", because it's probably made for somebody that's about 5'6" to 5'8". I'll try to give you some kind of view in here. I've got my Thermarest, the Neo Air mattress, and I've got a mummy sleeping bag. I bought it back in the either late 80s or early 90s. It's by Slumberjack, and I've gone winter camping with it several times, but I forget what the rating is. Could have swore it was -30, but looking at the loft of it, I find it a hard time to believe that it's rated for that low. It's probably 0, because I've got a North Face Cat's Meow that's rated at 20, and this definitely seems like it has more loft than that, and just the weight of it. Anyways, then I've got the U.S. military Gore-Tex bivy, which I wore, or which I slept in the last time in a Quincy, and did a good job. I don't know if you can hear it outside or not, but it's like sleeting. These buttons on this door, wow, was that a pain trying to get buttoned up. I only ended up getting 2 of them buttoned. And I know someone made a mod where they put a zipper on there. You see, it's probably definitely worthwhile. It's one of the armpit holes, I think, I got in there. I just leave that in there for a little bit of fresh air. Anyways, see my phone here. I found this app for a thermometer. Supposedly, you know, it probably just reads what the area code is and what the weather service says the temperature is. It probably isn't some type of thermometer inside the phone, but it's reading, what, about 26 in here. So I should be plenty warm. I've got polar fleece on and socks and a jacket just in case the sleeping bag's rated for not as warm as I think. Then another cool thing that I just picked up is this guy. It's from LabJack. Just found it. It's a temperature logger. There's a card inside here. You unscrew this top, and it's protected by an O-ring. And with the included software, you can set it to sample the temperature every, like, it goes down to 10 seconds up to 6 hours. So I've got it set for every 1 hour. And I think I'll just leave this inside the tent or the teepee tonight. I was going to put it outside, but this would give me a better idea of what the actual inside temperature of the teepee is, when I know it's only supposed to get down to, I think they're saying 20 for tonight. So it's not going to be that cold out. So curious what the body heat might do to the inside. I'm sure the inside of this teepee is going to be all frosted up in the morning just from the my breath. But got that. Then I've got some water, which I'm gonna make some tea using Trangia, and then I've got the old infamous pea bottle for the middle of the night. And let me set down this camera, try to get it aimed, and then you can sit and watch me make some tea. I've always kind of curious how well the Trangia would work in cold. I've got cheated a little bit. I brought a piece of wood so I can sit it on, so it's not sitting directly on the snow, which if you were in the woods you could gather some sticks or whatnot, so I don't think it's cheating too much. Anyways, let me set this camera down, and I'll get it re-aimed, and then I'll fire it back up when I'm ready. Okay, we're back. Hopefully I've got this aimed right. Got the Trangia set up. Actually, it's set up on the mug. Here we go, I think. Keep it sparked up. That's pretty good. I was experimenting today, trying to get ready for doing this tonight, and I thought I read somewhere where about a 1 inch above the burner in the Trangia is where you want to be for optimum heat output. So I made this hardware cloth little stand to go around it for a pot stand, and inside today I got a rolling boil at right around 5 minutes, which it really impressed me. It actually took me by surprise. I wasn't even looking to time it. Well, I did time it, but I was expecting more like 7 or 8 minutes, and then when I seen the top bouncing around, I hurried up and looked at my stopwatch, and I was quite taken by surprise. So anyway, I was curious to see what it would do in here. So you know what? Actually, I've got a stopwatch on the phone. I'll fire up the stopwatch. You see the stopwatch there. I'll throw this on here, and we'll start. See what kind of boil we get. Really anxious to see how this Thermarest Neo Air mattress is, because it's got some reflective material on the inside. Supposed to obviously reflect some of your body heat back to yourself. And it had decent reviews. It's got a decent R value. I don't remember what it is off the top of my head, but it's like 5 to 9, somewhere in that range. Because I was going to go with the X bed, but it's just so darn expensive. So I settled for this. Pushing on pushing on the sides here. There's a lot. We had some heavy wet snowfall today, and we're predicted to get here in southeast Michigan 4 to 8 inches. I'm about 35-40 miles northwest of Detroit, and this is about where we were supposed to have gotten the majority of the snow, right around this area. And I've snowblowed several times today, so it doesn't surprise me. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but I got the snow falling off the sides here. A little nervous that I collapsed the teepee on myself, and I'll have to abort my mission here. But trusty old Leatherman. Oh, I love this tool. The screwdriver. Let's see if you can see. The screwdriver works so good with a ferro rod. Just sparking. It does such a great job. And then of course all the other tools that come with it are just fabulous. Every time I try to think of something to replace it, I end up needing it for something else. In fact, just today I wanted to buy a zipper pull thermometer specifically for tonight, and just as a quick reference to see what the temperature was inside the teepee. And I went to Myers, which is it's a local store, but it's kind of like a Walmart type store. They didn't have it. I went to Gander Mountain, which I swore would have it. They didn't have it. So then I went to Michael's and bought some gel wax to make some more of those amazing cotton balls. But my wife and 2 boys, they were at an Old Navy shopping for some clothes, and they had called me up and they asked me if I had a bottle opener on me. And of course, thinking back to the Leatherman, I'm like, absolutely, I've got a bottle opener on me. They had some pop or something on sale, Coke and glass bottles, so they bought a couple. They had the old style caps on them that you need a bottle opener for. So once again, Leatherman proved to be quite a handy tool. Well, she's making some noise, quite a bit of noise actually. I'm at 4 minutes 18 seconds, which I'm very impressed with. I mean, I know it's sitting on wood, but like I said, if you were in the woods, you could easily gather some sticks and put something down to keep this elevated off the snow. So I don't think this is cheating too much. It's definitely warming up in here. I've got a polar fleece jacket on, and I'm starting to get rather warm. So I'm hoping this starts to boil so I could blow this thing off, or blow it out. I also bought I was going to bring it in, actually, the test that I wanted to do. I bought a gas canister stove. It was a Covia Spider. And I've got such a stove collection. I mean, I spend so much money on stoves. Anyways, I wanted it to be my go-to stove. And what I liked about it is the fact that it's you can invert the canister for the cold weather, you know, when the butane doesn't want to turn to a gas, because there isn't many stoves that you can do that to. And I was going to do that test in here because I actually have had it sitting in the garage now for a week with the gas canister, just to give it kind of like a true test of being cold, or, you know, sitting in your backpack for, you know, a long period of time. But I was afraid that, you know, with carbon monoxide and stuff, that probably wouldn't be a good idea to do it in the tent, so I opted out. So I decided to do the Trangiest instead. And we got a boil. Let's see. It is a rolling boil. Oh, let's get the camera. Hopefully you can see that. And we're at just over 6 minutes. 6 minutes, 30 some seconds. I don't know how much I got that into view, but there it is. I'm going to stop it. So, I don't know, it's kind of right around 6 minutes, which is still quite impressive. So now I'm going to set that down. Take a glove that I've got. Pull this off the stove. I won't burn myself. Set that in there. Take my trusty Leatherman again. Pull that off. And we'll snuff it out. Hey, that didn't work so good. Ow! That hurt. And fires out. Good. That hurt a little bit. And keep my finger in the snow for a little bit. Anyways, so here's my titanium cup. I'm gonna make some tea. I love the Twinings English afternoon tea. Put that in there. Let it steep for a little bit. I already threw some sugar in there. So. Let's see. Reposition this camera. Maybe I can talk to you guys. Let's see. Oh. Camera wants to fall over. It did fall over. Well, I don't know how much you can see. Oh, there's my hand. That's pretty bad. Oh, brother. Come on, baby. Let's go. Thought I had this thing all figured out. Try to anchor these feet in the snow a little bit. Well, I'm not sure how much you can see, but boy, I really burned my finger. Anyways, I think that worked out pretty good with the Trangia. 6 minute boil time. It was probably a little less than 2 cups of water though, just to be fair. Probably not much less than 2 cups, but probably less than 2 cups. Probably all this stuff is cool. Oh, I'm gonna set all this stuff aside now. Put the lid on. Put the summer cover on. And I'll set this in the snow. Actually, I set it on the board. Not that it's going to rust, but. And hardware cloth stand. I can put my knife and stuff away. Let's see if I got some kind of temperature reading in here. Like I said, I don't think this really tells you what it is. It just, yeah, still says the same. Still says whatever that is. Just under 26 degrees. I think it's warmer than that here. But regardless. One other thing I brought with me for tonight, because the last time I did this in the Quincy, the only thing that was cold was my face, so I brought a fleece balaclava, and I'm going to wear that. Hopefully it'll keep my face warm. And I'm going to enjoy my tea, and then I think I'm gonna turn in. It's almost 10 o'clock, and hopefully I'll get a good night's sleep. I am a little claustrophobic, but I seem to have enough room in here where I don't think it's gonna be an issue. If there's 2 people in here, maybe an issue, but hopefully not. I was fine in the Quincy a couple years ago, so I'm sure this won't be a problem. Anyway, so I think I'll turn off the camera now. I might turn the camera back on if I get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, and just try to give you an update of if I'm cold or what, and if I can keep the camera warm and the batteries from dying. And regardless, even if I don't do that, when I get up in the morning, before I go inside and take a shower, I'll give you guys an update, and we'll see you then. Thanks. Bye. Well, good morning. It's the next day, and while I don't know if I'd call this a success, definitely wasn't a failure. It was a little bit of a restless night sleeping. Being 6'3", 240 pounds, certainly doesn't lend itself to be too friendly in the shelter. My legs got cramped up a couple times because the way I had to sleep. I'm not a back sleeper, and so while I was trying to sleep on my side, that center pole seemed to have kept getting in the way, and caused for a very restless night of sleep. I was actually hot inside my setup with the Expedition weight thermals, and my sleeping bag and the GI Gore-Tex bivy. A couple of times I was going to either shed the bivy or at least unzip it so I could get more airflow. Actually, over here where I got the snow piled up, it was opened up, and I created a opening underneath that one sidewall, just to get a little airflow, because I was getting too hot last night. But it's definitely, at least for me, it's too small of a shelter. So I'm gonna start looking for something else, or combine more of these. I've seen on the German Zeltbahns, which I've got, I don't know, 4, 5, or 6 of them. That with them being triangular in shape, you can create a larger shelter. But then I don't know, I think it would start getting way too heavy. So I'm thinking of maybe looking at a floorless tent from maybe Black Diamond, or I just seen one today from Mountain Hardware that's can sleep like 5 people, and although that's definitely overkill for what I need it for, it's still a very light shelter, so I'm going to consider maybe doing something like that. Anyways, it was good. Didn't end up getting up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, thank God, because that's always a cold adventure, and it worked out well. I was still really surprised how well the Trangia boiled water. I know it was sheltered, so there wasn't any wind, but still, 6-minute boil time, and what the thermometer saying on the phone, that was 26 degrees. I didn't think that was bad at all. So hopefully one of these days I'll do a video of the Covia spider that I bought specifically for wintertime use, and I'll get that shared with you. In the meantime, if you have any comments or questions, please feel free to ask, and I'll try to answer them the best that I can. Thanks. Goodbye.